waiting for a quorum.
Okay, hello, everybody. We are actually waiting for a quorum. It's 5:31 and we only have 2 attendees here, and we do need to have at least 4 for a quorum. So we are gonna give it a couple minutes and see if more of our attendees show up.
Can you guys hear me? I cannot hear anything. 1 second.
I can hear you.
Dahlia, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Hi.
Michelle, can you hear me?
Yep, Nancy, I can see you. Can everybody who's online turn your cameras on?
See if we need to move anybody over. Okay, so go to attendees. And then click on and then move promote to panelists.
Okay. So we've got Dahlia, and then hopefully Nancy should be jumping over here. So we have 4 now.
Unfortunately, though, the youth
doesn't
representative
count
doesn't
as a
count
quorum.
towards quorum, so we would still need 1 more individual.
Okay, we're waiting for 1 more individual. I know Angelina had said she was gonna be here.
If you need me to, I can come up. It would take me about 10 minutes.
No, it's good. We
Okay.
have 3 right now. We need 1 more with for quorum, because the youth council member does not count towards quorum.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for that is because the youth council member isn't here the entire year, and so it would leave a extra spot during the summer months.
There we are.
Hey,
I
Nancy.
I finally got it all figured out. So Michelle, I signed in the wrong way. I signed in as a observer. I didn't see an icon for a panelist.
We promoted you to a panelist.
Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't know if I could make it easier for you and not have you have to do it.
I think we have to do it.
Okay.
No, Nancy, did you sign in with your city email or with your regular email into Zoom? And that could be the distinction.
You know what? I bet you I didn't sign in with my city email. That could be it.
But it is really easy for us just to promote you if we see it, so
Okay.
it's not a big hassle on our end.
Okay. Hi, Brendan.
Hey Nancy, sorry you can't make it here tonight, but I'm glad you were able to jump on Zoom with us.
Yeah, nice to be with you.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
It was different. It was different, but it was good. You know, we had, we were supposed to host at our house and weren't able to do it. So my sister took everything up to her house, did it, and then brought us a supply of stuff the next day. So it was nice.
But we need to,
I'll take a look outside.
we're
really
just
quick.
gonna take one look, Nancy. We have to see if anybody else is gonna attend. If not, then we unfortunately won't meet the quorum for this evening.
Okay. And it won't help me by coming up because we count online then, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I vote for the student member.
I know. Well, yeah, oh, it's just been very reliable. It's nice.
How long do you wait until you call it?
We were gonna wait about 5 minutes, so we're a little bit past that already.
5:45. I don't think we wanna go beyond 10 minutes.
So we'll just wait maybe
Another 3 minutes.
another 3 minutes, Nancy. Maybe
Okay.
someone will pop on. Hopefully,
Okay.
your
Angelina.
Angelina will be able to get in.
And for everyone's awareness, we are recording and live streaming right now, and we will just wait for a quorum to join us. If we don't have the quorum again, we'll cancel the meeting as we already mentioned. Well, you could mute us too until we.
Hi, Angelina. Can you turn on your camera, please?
May take a second to move over, so you might want to repeat that.
It looks like we do have a quorum now, so hopefully everyone online could turn on your cameras, please.
Yep.
Great.
I actually can't really turn on my camera just because I'm in an area where I can't turn it on.
Okay.
Sorry
you.
about that, guys.
Well, we're glad that you're here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome everybody to the City of Lacey's Human Service Work Group for Thursday, December 5th, 2024. First order of business, we will have a roll call. So if you could please say you are present when your name is called. Tonight, we won't have James Broman or Nathaniel Clay. They are excused. It looks like we're also missing Tiffany Walker. Nancy Dila?
Here,
Angelina Goldwell,
Here.
Dalia Martinez,
Here.
Elhaj Torre.
Here.
And Brandon Stevens is present. Next item up is going to be our City of Lacey land acknowledgement. We, the City of Lacey, are on the ancestral land of the tribal people of the Treaty of Medicine Creek, including the Nisqually Indian Tribe of Squaxin Island. We acknowledge and remember those tribal people not recognized today who were absorbed or relocated into other tribes for survival. We recognize the ancestors and their descendants who are still here. We recognize and respect the tribal people of the Treaty of Medicine Creek as the traditional stewards of this land since time immemorial, and their role today in taking care of these lands in perpetuity. We recognize and have the responsibility to call attention to the histories of dispossession, forced removal, and abridged treaty rights that allowed our nation, state, and city to develop as it has today. We recommend that the community members read the Medicine Creek Treaty of 1854. And we'll move on to item number 4, approval of agenda, previous meeting minutes, and consent items. Do I have a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes, consent items, and the agenda?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve it?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Second.
A second. All right, well, we'll go ahead and take a vote on that. All those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, do we have any discussion on that? All right, well, let's take a vote then. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Angelina,
Aye.
thank you. All those opposed? Excellent. All right, those are approved. Nobody, it looks like, is signed up for public comment tonight, so we'll go ahead and head over to our business items. Which will be Michelle Chavez, our Human Services Coordinator, and she's gonna be talking about our Community Development Block Grant, Home Community Participation Plan.
Thank you, Chair. Just have a few slides for you all tonight. I had a staff report in your packet and I recapped kind of the Community Development Block Grant overview that we did last meeting, talked about kind of the things that we already went over. And then described that our next step to moving forward as an entitlement community is to look at the community participation plan. So I've actually been working on this since our last meeting and I've provided a draft for you in your packet and I'm gonna go over some quick slides tonight. I looked at 7 different jurisdictions to help draft the plan for Lacey and I looked at the HUD monitoring checklist, the Congressional Federal Register, as well as different communities that had already published their community participation plans. So what is a community participation plan? The purpose of this plan is to inform the community, which is a large umbrella of businesses and residents, community orgs, faith-based groups, public agencies, public housing, CDBG/home participants, letting all these folks know how they can give input and contribute to the development of these various components of CDBG. Our community participation plan, our consolidated plan, which we have to publish every 5 years. We're actually gonna do a condensed version, a 3-year plan until we can get on the schedule with the county again. We have an annual action plan, which is our planned expenditures for the next year. And then our CAPERS, our annual report for how we've spent our CDBG funds. And then any kind of substantial amendments that we might have to do to our plan. So I'll give you just this is hard to read, but I wanted you to see what does a consolidated plan look like. It's every 3 to 5 years, and this is what the consolidated plan, these are all the sections that we need to work on between now and July of 2025. And so we'll be bringing this back to the community. We'll be doing 2 public hearings, and I'll get more into that. There was a chart in your packet. And talk about kind of opening it up to find out what the community needs are, and then before we'll have a public hearing on the draft plan closer to when it's due. So the purpose of the plan is to identify community needs and formulate a strategic plan with objectives, implementation strategies and outcomes that address Lacey's need for housing, community and economic development, as well as human services needs in the community. The second part of the CDBG that we have this community participation plan and we tell people that they can give us input on the plan is our annual action plan. So as you can see, the consolidated plan is this whole thing, but the annual action plan is one piece of that. It's the first year of our activities of that 5-year plan. So every year we identify funding priorities for the program year. We must address the needs that are in the plan, and then we also have to meet a HUD national objective and eligible activity. Another thing we ask for public comment on is the CAPER. This is our annual report. Every year it's due in November, and it reports and documents our accomplishments and our use of our community development block grant funds. This is an example from Columbia. What kind of the cover page looks like. And then this is actually the table of contents that's standard right from the HUD online reporting system that we'll need to report in. Another thing that if people want to make comments, if we have to make an amendment to our plan, we open up for community participation as well. A minor amendment is something we don't need to do a lot of public review and comment on, which means if it's a program income issue where we're getting more than we thought, we have a contingency project in our plan, we're gonna move to that. Adjustments to funding not more than 30% or less than 50 grand, whichever is greater, or urgent needs that are approved by HUD. So that's a catastrophic event that we would qualify for HUD to have spend our CDBG that way. A substantial amendment would be a change in allocation priorities greater than 30% or 50,000, whichever is greater. A change in a location of activity, a major change in a scope of services of one of the projects that you all in the city council had approved. Addition of a new project that didn't exist in our annual action plan. A change that affects the assessment of fair housing goals, which is another long-term plan that we'll be working on at a later date. And then if a project gets canceled, we would need to let the community know. So in your packet, you had in the draft community participation plan, you have a chart. And this gives a summary of all the different things that we have to, by the federal congressional requirements, we have to provide a public review and comment on this. So for community participation plan tonight is the opening of a 30-day public review and comment. So we had to do a public notice to the community in the newspaper, on our website, as well as we did a press release. So the comment period will be open to the community from tonight until January 5th, 2025. People can reach out to us at humanservices@cityoflacey.org. You can view the actual full community participation plan that our work group has already gotten copies of. The community can review that at our cityoflacey.org and then community development block grant program page. And then we will also have hard copies available in City Hall if anyone would like to come to the city manager's office between normal business hours, between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. I can make a copy available to you. Then going forward, once we get that con plan, we'll do a public hearing before we start, and then we'll do a public hearing once we have a draft. Again, we'll record a summary in the paper of record, we'll have documents online, we'll allow email, and we'll allow people to come in and view the document in person. Any substantial amendment, we would again have a 30-day public review and comment period. People could see that through this work group or potential our Human Services Commission, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the future, later in this meeting. And folks can give feedback via email as well for any substantial amendment. Annual action plan. So this again is our yearly plan as part of the 5-year plan. Then our first year would be starting now in 2025. We're just very much starting this process with our community participation. That's another 30-day review and comment period. They can again find the document online, find it in person at City Hall, or email me to get a copy or to provide comments. The annual report, the CAPER, is again, that's 15 days. That's a little shorter public comment period. Again, the same ways to participate and provide comment and view the document. The 5-year affordable, they used to call this an analysis of impediments to fair housing. And now it's just the AFH, which is simpler to say, but it's assessment of fair housing, provides 30-day review. Again, we're not working on this right now, but it's something in the future we'll partner with Thurston County and Olympia on to update that as needed. Same opportunity to comment and access documents. And questions, that concludes what I had to talk about today. Just a brief overview and talk about that to the community that they can view these documents online and
These are
give us
just-
public
These are
comments.
simply just HUD guidelines, right? What we're looking at here? Or is the city of Lacey adopted?
Well, we are in the process of looking at adopting it, but it's a draft.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay, well-
it's requirements from HUD.
I don't know how necessary it is to publish it in the newspaper of record, but maybe there would be some additional language on there about publishing it online as a supplement to.
That's a good point, Chair, and I did speak with HUD, I believe it was yesterday, and I don't know that it's necessarily 100% required now for the newspaper.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff was 100% required by the feds. You know, but things have changed.
Yeah,
So right now, just to be on the safe side, I wanted to have it published. We're a brand new community.
I see.
I wanted
Just
to,
follow the
and then
guidelines.
have the 30-day comment just to allow as much participation as possible. But it is possible that we maybe in the future wouldn't need to
I
publish
just
it.
worry that, if that were the only place, obviously it's put online, but,
Yes, we have it on our website. We'll have it in person.
we wanna make sure that people are aware of it, and not many people are,
Looking at the paper.
or even online for that
Nancy's
matter.
hand is raised.
Nancy?
I'm just wondering, do you want us to fill it out and then also circulate it to our groups to the best of our ability? The one that's posted today?
Yes,
Okay,
anybody can give feedback and they can look at it through this meeting agenda. Also, it's available on the CDBG website, thecityoflacey.org.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Quick question. So I noted that for CAPER, the public comment period is only 15 days, while the rest are 30. Is there a reason for that?
It's what is in the law. It's
Hmm.
what is in the federal law.
I was just wondering because they're all 30 days.
Yep. For some reason, they have a smaller window. Any other questions, comments, concerns regarding the community participation plan?
I had some, I was curious for, if Appendix A, is it too early to talk about Appendix A?
Oh, no, you can talk about Appendix A. I mean, this is kind of a final draft of that piece. But definitely want to hear your feedback.
Sure, absolutely. I was curious about, the, focus groups, table 1, how are those folks, being, how is this being is this being particularly communicated to them, or is this an aspirational list of folks we would want to participate? It's on page 6.
Yes, thank you, Angelina. That's a great question. So we had lots of discussions and interactive workshops regarding this table. We brought it to this work group and we did a sticky note exercise where everybody put up ideas. So it is aspirational, you're correct. Probably not gonna hit 100% of all these agencies, but it's a starting point. We also talked to the Commission on Equity. We went and we did a interactive exercise with the sticky notes so that things that we were missing or agencies that were not there, we could add to that. So if you see things that you feel are missing, it's not saying we can't add folks to that conversation. We definitely can.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was, that answers all my questions. Thank you.
Yeah, Michelle, looks really great.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Good.
Okay, I have one announcement.
Okay, then we shall move on. Business items in number 6A, so you have one other thing.
I just have one announcement to make is that this past Tuesday, the city council approved the creation of a human services commission permanently. So thank you all for your input. We got input from you all as well as the Commission on Equity, and the council does agree that we should have a permanent commission. And I wondered which one of all of you that are here tonight would be interested in participating in that commission? Angelina, Nancy, Brandon, El Hodge,
Yeah.
Dahlia, you interested?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I will follow up with everybody and process, but we already have all of your applications. So if we do have a shortage of members, we may have a process. If all of the 7 of you don't want to come back, we may have a process to get other people on board. But for right now, we will work with you directly to how to get onto that commission. And the goal is to have an appointment in January, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been my next question.
It came up, the mayor did ask at the council meeting, when are we gonna get these people? We said, we have a reserved spot on a council agenda item for
Okay.
January.
Ooh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Do you
were
need
doing
any of us
so much
there
work.
that day?
Of course, you're always welcome to come to the, we love to have you and highlight your work. I try to express to the council your expertise and what good participation we've had, and everybody has been so good about coming to meetings and giving input, and everybody has their own special angle on human services, which is really
Yeah.
critical.
Yeah. I
And
agree
thank you, Michelle, for doing a lot, and as well, everyone in general. Thank you.
It's exciting. And you're gonna be overwhelmed with federal bureaucratic terms over the next 6
Love
months.
it. I love
I hope you
learning.
That's why we have the glossary of terms in the report, so that you
Yeah.
don't get
Yes, makes sense.
acronyms.
Okay, all right, well, if we don't have any more questions or comments from the commission. All right, well, then I guess we will conclude tonight's meeting. And we are adjourned for our Thursday, December 5th, 2024 meeting.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
holidays.
Have a great
Happy holidays.
Christmas. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.